Before they run down the hill at Clemson, they touch Howard's rock. Owen himself said, "Keep your stinking hands off my rock." Death Valley in Clemson, South Carolina, home to the Tigers. This is the type of early season game you look forward to, an opportunity to make a statement in a top 10 showdown. As we'll see a team coming off a crucial bye week, the Michigan Wolverines, taking on the 7th-ranked team in the land, the Clemson Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Clemson will boot it away to get this one started. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. This crowd trying to show them what it's going to be like all day in this house. One back in the backfield, he gets the carry. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line. Here's why this one's so much fun, guys. Early in the season, sort of a proving ground type of game for a couple of squads that believe they could win it all.
And we've heard so much in this offseason, right, about both of these teams and top 10 teams preseason. Now you get a chance to prove it. Like, now you get a chance to see who are the dudes on the squad. These are always fun early in the season, Jesse.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to find out what these teams are about because we've seen both teams beat up on weaker competition. We know they're both very talented, but let's see good against good and find out what they are.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Looking to throw for it. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. At midfield, he's got room. They make the stop, but not before the screen has hit him for a first down and much more. Really good execution by this offense.
And that's a first down for the offense.
And the Wolverines come to the line with a new set of downs. It'll be a draw. Shakes off the tackler. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season, that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player, you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged. But when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
A run up the middle is stopped for no gain.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Looking to pick up a first down on 3rd and short from the 43. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got his man across the middle. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down.
Great job by the offense. Listen, if the defense is going to sit back in zone, you know what you got to do. Run those crossers across the formation. Those guys that are looking at the quarterback, they're not trying to pick up receivers all the time. Make those precise throws, right in those holes, get those first downs, get those big chunks.
They'll try the run. At the 20, he's got space. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
You've got to be loving what you're seeing from your offense here on the opening drive of this game. They're in a really nice rhythm. They've got real good balance going on right now, and they've got the defense on their heels.
This crowd knows this defense needs them right now. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. Can be second down. There's always that issue of conference pride, of keeping up, of proving your worth on this stage, and the ACC loves to get a chance at the SEC to do just that.
And these kids grow up in the same area. And you don't think the ACC teams hear all the time, SEC, about the dominance, the draft picks, all the stuff that goes with it. It definitely adds some of that fire. It makes you want to beat them more. I love these big-time games.
Yeah, they really do, David. I think this is one of those games where if you're the ACC team and your players in that locker room, you've had this game circled all offseason. This game is your opportunity to prove, not just to your conference, not just to the SEC, but to everybody in college football, just how good you are as a team and how good your conference is.
Wants to throw on third down. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan.
You love as a head coach to watch your offense take the field and establish a rhythm and consistency the way they did there. Everything they dialed up was working to perfection. They go 10 plays on the opening drive and cap it off with a touchdown.
And the extra point makes it 7-0. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The offense lining up for a first down play. Running to the left. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball off.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Wide receiver shows motion. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Got to be smart, patient, great vision. Uses all of that to get to the 29.
How many ways can I make you think, right? First drive, out the gates, get it to my playmaker, going full speed across the formation with a touch pass. You better be able to adjust to it. Then when you adjust to it, I'm going to have an adjustment to your adjustment because I'm always right. I'm an offensive guy.
Back to throw, it's Foster. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion. 4th
down, and the punt team sends it the other way. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. And David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop, Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. He's looking to throw. Makes his connection. Tackled at the 43 after picking up 10. Making great decisions. That's what all of the legendary Michigan quarterbacks have done. John Navarre, Elvis Gerbach, and the guy I can't remember drafted in the 6th round by the Patriots.
Yeah, that guy, what was his name? Tom Brady? Yeah, I think that's his name. Yeah, he was pretty good too. But when you think about Michigan, you don't always think about the quarterbacks, and you don't always think about airing it out. But again, if you want to be a great college football team nowadays, you better be able to throw that pigskin.
Well, it's a nice job by the quarterback getting the ball out of his hands quickly on that RPO. He saw something he liked, just not on the same page with his receiver.
Let's see what they've got on 2nd down.
Defense, man, it helps you a lot when you can be a linebacker or a corner or safety, anybody, and you see the QB throw the football. Now I can break up the football right away and limit gains like right here on this play.
Some 3rd down conversions tougher than others. This one a long one on 3rd down from the 43. Back to the air one more time. And the defense gets to the quarterback.
And how about the true freshman? We've heard about this guy. We heard he's got a chance to be really, really good. Talking with coaches this week, and he gets his first sack. Listen, guys, I'm a pass rusher. Everybody remembers their first sack.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Signals for the fair catch and hauls it in just shy of the 30. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot. And you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. The give to the back. And he's down at the 41. That's a 1st down. There's an idea that Clemson can only run the ball when they sort of trick you and get you in space, but they're showing a lot of versatility now.
Yeah, I think the word you were looking for was finesse. They've been a finesse offense, more about tempo and body blows than it is about, being physical up front. But if this unit does get that physicality and get that ground game and a good offensive line, I think that's when you see the best of the Clemson Tigers.
That's the end of the 1st quarter. With the score, Michigan 7, Clemson 0.
2nd down here as they go back to work after the break.
42 Spider. 4-2 Spider.
The inside handoff. Still running at the 40. Can anyone catch him? He's at the 10. Touchdown, Tigers. And once he got loose, it was all over.
Huge play. It's so nice to have guys that can create these explosive plays like this. You hand it to him, he can do the rest. Look at the speed, look at the elusiveness, get into the end zone. Nice run.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
A bit of an under-the-radar game this week, guys, but take a look at this. Notre Dame is currently trailing, but this has been a back-and-forth affair. If that quarterback can find a little magic a la Joe Montana, this might not be over yet. It's less than a touchdown lead. They're trailing by 6 to Arkansas. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you need to know about it.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. On the move, it's Marshall. On the move at the 30. Goes upstairs. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the 1st down.
Those outside runs, if they can get the edge like they do, great job by the right guard, right tackle, getting the edge. And now what does this do? This makes cornerbacks come up and tackle. Safeties come up and tackle. As opposed to linebackers and big defensive players, you get your guy out in space where he can use his speed and his physicality against guys that usually cover and don't come up and make tackles.
You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6.
And as an offense, having success on a run play like that early in the game just opens up all the possibilities of your playbook moving forward. Play action, running the ball, throwing the ball, screens, anything is at your disposal at this point.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. From the gun, they'll try the middle. And he's able to shed 1 tackle, but still just a very short gain.
I think you run that play so you stay out of 3rd and long. 3rd and long is not where an offense ever wants to thrive. 3rd and medium, hey, I'm good with that. So you run that play to make sure you're set up for a good 3rd down.
This feels like 4-down territory, 3rd and short from the 40. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Michigan.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And screens are all about timing, right? You want to invite the defensive line to fly up the field, and then you want to throw it right over their head. And you can tell just a little bit off. The defense got in there so quick, got the quarterback hit before he could really get his bearings and throw the screen.
Maybe a little long for a field goal. Definitely too short to punt. Not much of a choice here as they'll go for it on 4th down. Quickly complete. The Wolverines get it past the sticks.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the first down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it. Now a fresh set of downs.
And the Wolverines are rolling down the field. The RPO, it's complete. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
I love this defense's ability to fight off blocks and rally to the football. They do such a great job pursuing that wide receiver screen to only allow a minimal gain and no first down.
And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
Really good job by the defense, seeing it and going and getting it. Nice job understanding the touch pass. It could happen. Those guys go in motion, man. I got to understand, safety's got to see that, start flying down, getting ready to play that. Nice job by the defense being ready for that play.
On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Fires to the wideout. Intercepted. Didn't really have room to operate on the return, but he hands him the ball at the 32.
Zone equals eyes. When I say that, DBs, linebackers, all covering the middle of the field. So many guys over the middle of the field trying to take away the easy stuff, but reading the quarterback's eyes the whole time. Whenever he breaks to throw that football and that hand separates from the ball, I'm breaking on it, and you could tell they had a beat on it. Nice cut, nice instincts. Give me that INT.
Quick pass on the jet motion. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
Well, I love the aggressive nature of the defense on that play. Everybody playing with eye discipline. They saw the pre-snap motion. They knew who had the football, and you saw guys play with excellent instinct, running downhill and making a tackle.
Got a man. It's Jamison. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
Guys at the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Oh, you know what time it is when the defense gets that stop on 3rd down. Fist up in the air. Nice job getting to the quarterback, putting some pressure on him, hitting him, forcing the incompletion. 4th down, baby.
Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. Here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. He's looking to throw. He's right on target. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain.
Well, that's a really nice job surveying the field and delivering an accurate throw. You know, when I think back to Michigan quarterbacks, I think of guys like Elvis Gerber or Tom Brady, Jim Harbaugh, Brian Greasy, guys that could hurt you throwing the ball from the pocket, surveying the field, reading defenses, and making quick decisions. This guy has the ability to do all of those things.
Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. Running back searching for a hole. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. Line gets set, 1st down. Gets it to the back on the draw. Typically, when you see a draw play, you don't think of it being forced outside.
No, you want those defensive ends to run upfield and run downhill inside. The object is to get those guys pass rushing and running out of their gaps so you can run the ball right where they were at. That play had absolutely no chance of success.
Didn't help themselves much on 1st down. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down from the 20. He's looking to throw. Slips through his hands and incomplete, and they had everything set up for the screen except the catch.
Looked like the offense had a chance for a big play there, but the running back just could not reel that ball in.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Now he'll let one fly down the left side.
You know, and I think a more accurate throw gives him a chance to catch that in stride, turn upfield, and get the 1st down. He was able to pluck it out of the air, get a split down and bounce, but now it sets up 4th and short.
The offense in its own end, still needing a couple of yards for the first down, but they'll stay out there and go for it on fourth. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes the catch past the sticks. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's fourth down. You're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
And the Wolverines have it with a 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. Fighting off the defender. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line warp speed for 2nd down. Early movement on the offense will push them back a bit. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Now on 2nd down. The give to the back. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these 3rd downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on 2nd down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up 3rd and long, and now you're set up to fail.
Caught in the backfield, it's Marshall.
3rd down is money down. You got to find a way to execute and get the ball out, get it to your playmakers. That was the opposite of that. They got it to their playmakers, and they got absolutely nowhere. Lost yards on the play. 4th down now upcoming.
The Wolverines need to pick it up on 4th down. They'll try to pick up the first. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on 4th down.
Low man wins. Defense that time on 4th down was expecting run. And you saw at the point of attack how they just dominated. There was nowhere for that guy to go. Defense wins the down. They give it back up now to their offense.
Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really quickly. They need to put something together here, Paul.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a...
Now on 2nd. Wants to throw. It's Foster. He looks that one in nicely. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that 1st down. They'll hurry to the line here to try to get off that 3rd down play. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock.
Timeout, Clemson.
They have work in front of them on 3rd and short from the 42. Looking to move the chains. They throw it complete to the left. And you can see the offense just feeling itself. They've got it down to the 21. Clock stops momentarily for the 1st down. They'll hurry to the line. Oh, that was less than choreographed. Everybody going on their own snap count there. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Running out of time here in the 1st half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. The give to the tailback. And he'll be brought down. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. Final seconds of the 1st half, and they'll try to put up 3. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Just a few seconds to go here in the 1st half, and they'll send out the field goal team. Right down the boulevard, it's good. They'll trot off to the locker room after the field goal to close the half. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. And the Wolverines will line up to kick off and start the 2nd half. It bounds through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. They opened this third quarter on top, and they built the lead on the strength of that running game.
And they made a huge statement, too, just proving to the other team that they're more physical, they're winning in the trenches. So here in the second half, David, just keep demoralizing this defense by pounding the football.
Yeah, and I'm not going to let that happen. I riled up my guys at halftime. We're going to put more people in the box, and we got to come out and meet the physical challenge of this offense.
Movement on the offense, and they'll lose 5 yards on the penalty. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. And now on second down for this offense. Back to pass, it's Foster. He's got the back in the middle. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes, too. He is a versatile back.
On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. Quick strike complete. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
And the offense will stay on the field. Do you think they're just going to try to make the defense jump? Tackle is made after the first down. I'll admit, I wondered if they were just lining up to try to draw them offside.
Me too. Whenever you line up in your own territory, you're thinking, oh, they're just going to draw them the offside. A lot of times, by the way, it gets the defense to kind of relax for a second. But you can tell they had a plan ready to go. They knew they were going to be aggressive.
And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
Another good run. Man, he has been picking up yards in bunches today. Jesse showing off all the skills. And
he's showing no signs of slowing down, David. This guy just gets better as the game goes on. He is a beast.
Wide out in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Stop is made at the 36, but he picked up 10 on that one and has a fresh set of downs.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
Across the 25, he's got room. And how much running room have they been able to find just all day? They are piling up unbelievable rushing stats. Keeping it on the ground on first and goal. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Tigers.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
Getting set for the point after. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Notre Dame is getting worked right now in their own dojo. We've seen this team in a lot of big spots over the years, but I can't think of a worse beatdown. They're trailing by 17 to Arkansas. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this one.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. They are trailing by 10 here, Jesse, but this is the type of team that seems comfortable in an offensive shootout.
You got to hold serve at this point, right? You got to drive the field, put some more points up on the board. Yeah, they just scored. You can answer that now and keep this thing close, David.
And I think you're used to that as offense. Like, football is so fast-paced now, and you score so quickly. It's not that big of a deal to get down 10. You keep being aggressive.
this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. Gets it out fast. He'll make a play on third down. He's got enough for the first as they mark it at the 32. These routes have some reads and adaptability built in, and the big fella found that cushion and made the play.
Man, it's so awesome how much offenses have evolved. They know exactly what they're getting, where to sit down, quarterback, tight end, on the same page, gets the...
He's going to let one fly down the middle. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
This quarterback has been struggling to find a rhythm in this game so far. Didn't have a ton of success in the first half, so here he is trying to ignite the offense with a deep shot, but they're not able to come away with the completion.
The incompletion leads to 2nd and 10. He'll keep it himself. Really good pickup on 2nd down there. Leaves them with 3rd and 2.
This defense really has their hands full, guys. They got to play with great eye discipline because they don't know who's going to be keeping the football in the run game. And that time, you saw the QB, and he was able to kind of skirt his way to get some positive yards.
That just never had a chance. They controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on 3rd down. On 4th down, they'll throw for it. Trying to pick up the first out of the backfield. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks. The definition of 4-down territory has changed over the last few years. It extended into their own territory there.
Anywhere, everywhere, just look at the card, right? That card's supposed to tell us what to do, but maybe I'll go for it anyways. This offense took a little bit of a gamble, but they get the first down. Nothing to worry about.
Quarterback, quick pass to the receiver. Smashes through.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the inside.
Using the quick game. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
3rd and short now from their own 48. The give out of the gun. Tough, hard-nosed running. He picks up 3, but stopped just short. It'll be 4th and 1. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. How about that alert play from the defense to corral that fumble? Oh, the big fella running to glory. They finally make the stop, and not only the huge turnover, but the big return has them set up in business.
Well, the offense is coming off the field. They didn't have enough yards to get that first down anyway, but by putting it on the ground, they killed any shot of maintaining this drive, and now their defense has to take over in a sudden change situation.
This is field position that you dream of. Yeah, I'll take it on the 2. The give to the fullback. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Clemson. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead.
No monkey business. First down, come downhill, run the fullback. He gets in the end zone. Let's not make any bones about this. Be physical, run that thing, block those guys up front. Nice job by this offense taking care of business in the red zone.
The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. That's exactly what you want to do when you have that type of field position. Strike quickly, and they did. One play, and they put it on the board. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Out of the end zone. And he won't quite make it back to the 20-yard line as he goes out of bounds at the 19. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. After giving up that score, now it's incumbent on this offense to kind of get a back and forth going, Jesse, in this game.
They got to put some points on the board here. There's obviously a lot of football to go, so it's not necessarily panic time just yet, but I'm getting the ball into the hands of my best playmakers on this drive.
I hear you, Jesse, but not panic time. Have you seen my defense? I mean, I'm not trusting them to get a lot of stops, so it puts a lot of pressure on this offense.
Good, solid, determined run there. They'll mark him down at the 27.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
He makes the connection. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
That's tough on the defense there. Third down, you're in zone coverage. Everybody's watching the quarterback, and you're trying to make a break on the ball, but he just got it out of his hands too quickly, and the throw was too accurate. Really nothing you can do there, and it's now a fresh set of downs.
They'll throw it on first down. Fires to the middle. And that pass intercepted. Not a lot on the return, but they can live with that as they got it at the 49.
And I tell you what, when defenses play zone, all eyes are on the quarterback. You have a zone to drop to, but you're setting on the quarterback, reading all was coming out, breaks on the football, goes and makes the INT.
Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, Clemson 24, Michigan 7.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. He'll run it again. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
Game 2. Third down coming up.
How aggressive might this play call be on 3rd and short from the 46? Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. And they did not let him get to that first down line. It'll bring up a call here.
Keep the foot on the pedal if you're on offense here. You got that yardage. Yeah, you didn't get the first down, but you've set yourself up now to go for it here and keep this drive alive.
Clemson will send the punt team out.
On to kick it away.
No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
Got some of the work done on first. Now let's see what they have on second down. They're bringing heat. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
It's pretty obvious. This defense came into this one knowing they were going to have to play a complete game until there were zeros on the clock, especially against this quarterback. You cannot take your foot off the gas. And that's that's exactly what they're doing here. Late in the fourth quarter, they're still bringing it, and they get another sack.
And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up.
Got to give this defense credit, guys, because all game long they have forced their opponent to be one-dimensional. They haven't allowed anything to happen in the passing game. As a result, we're here in the fourth quarter. They barely allowed over 100 yards passing.
And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead, Paul.
Yeah, and defense, obviously, they won a few downs that last drive, so we got to put them on their heels here. Maybe mix up a few personnel groupings and try to show them some pictures they haven't seen yet.
Okay, ready? Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Touch pass on the run. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Looking to throw, it's Foster. Can't make the play on the interception, and man, they were looking for their first pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 4th down. So Clemson is lining up to punt this one away. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. And the ball will bounce at the 4 and find its way into the end zone. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3 and out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
Still at their own 20 after that last incompletion. It's 2nd and 10.
Long ballin'. Fire face with tears of joy.
He's looking to throw. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And it slips through his fingers. Incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
You know, it's one thing to take shots early in a game when the defense may not be expecting it, but at this point, fourth quarter, you're trailing by a lot. They know you're going to do it, and the defense was expecting that one. Great job in the back end.
Makes the grab. It's Jones. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
I'll tell you, you cannot count this team out because of who's playing quarterback. When this guy's in the game, it's never over. Yeah, they're trailing here in the fourth quarter, but this dude can put up points quickly.
That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43. The Wolverines come to the line in the hurry-up.
Well, it's a good time to mix in the run play. You're down, it's late in the fourth quarter right now, and everyone's expecting you to throw, so not a lot of defenders in the box. So that's a great situation to try to run the ball.
And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Well, the defense really stepped up in this game. They knew they had to slow down this passing attack. They knew they had some matchups they were going to have to win one-on-one. They've been able to do that, and as a result, they haven't allowed 200 passing yards in this game.
And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
The offense came into this game knowing that for them to win, they were going to have to make some big plays throwing the football. That just has not been the case. Here in the fourth quarter, they've been held to less than 200 passing yards, and that's really the story of the game, guys.
They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. quickly to the tight end. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we see miracles in college football all of the time, and they could use one here. And the Wolverines will have it 1st and 10. Leaves it with the back. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set.
Brings up 2nd down.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Finds the tight end. And that is good versatility there, and a big hit from the backer in pass coverage. Ball at the 38. The defense will try to get a stop on 3rd and short. Pre-snap motion, quarterback trying to get a read. Got his man quickly. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a 1st down.
Hey, you know, the defense here in this situation with a huge lead, they've got to anticipate that this offense is going to be trying to throw the ball to the sideline, so they've got to work different coverages to try to force the quarterback to go over the middle of the field with the football.
Off play action on 1st down. How about that sweet footwork along the sideline? It is a catch.
Well, this offense has a ton of work left ahead of them here in this 2-minute situation late in the game, but the drive off to a good start. You get the 1st down, you get out of bounds, you're working the perimeter of the field. That is exactly what you want to do.
Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards, maybe. 2nd and 7. A lot of urgency for this offense.
2nd down.
The play action fake. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down. The offense will quickly use a timeout.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And the pass is incomplete here on 3rd down, but there is a flag. Let's check it out. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. And guys, bringing the heat is what any defense is about, but you have to stop short of making that official reach for his flag. Looking to scramble. And you race it to the house. Touchdown, Wolverines!
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
They're definitely up against it. Time running out, down 2 possessions. They'll try the onside kick. Not much drives more anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral the onside kick, and they do. The offense will have to use its 1st timeout of the half. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. Here's the give off the left side. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Offense set on 1st down. Wide receiver shows motion. Gonna run it. It's Jamison. Powers through the defender. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
And that running back essentially just did everything right. Not only did he rip off a 9-yard run with the lead late in the game, but he stayed in bounds. He had the awareness that if I stay in bounds, the clock keeps running, and it increases our chances of winning this game.
I'd expect we're going to get another dose of the running game. They'll give it to the back. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down. They won the game today. That's 2 in a row. If they win the next one, it's called a winning streak. It's been done before.
And we're seeing the identity of this team come into fruition. You just get the sense they're finding out who they are, what they're about, what they're going to do schematically, and who their big playmakers are.
Which is tough to do, right? It's tough to grow throughout a season and understand who you are. But when you stack wins week after week on top of each other and start to have success, you start to grow as an identity and you start to understand who you are.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.